Question 13S is another one where we have to know particular rules, or we have to have ways of checking our work in order to be confident that we get it correct. The question reads, what change should be made in sentence 26? I'm going to mark off 26. I'm going to read it to see if there are any apostrophes or other features that stand out and make me think they're incorrect. And then I'll check each of the answer choices. We returned to the optometrist's office, and within an hour I had taken those contacts out and put them back in 3 times. So the thing that jumps out at me is there is an apostrophe being used with the word optometrists. So I'm going to ask if there's something there that the optometrist owns, and the word office appears right next to it. My second way of checking my work with a possessive apostrophe is to replace the singular optometrists with the word his and see if that makes sense. We returned to his office, and within an hour, that's all I need to read. That sounds good to me. So that apostrophe is not what I'm going to be looking for in the answer choices. I do need to check each of my answer choices, however, and see which one of them is going to be the best answer. A, we returned, change we returned to returning. Alright, so if I take out those 2 words and I just put returning, let's see what that does to our sentence. Returning to the optometrist's office, comma, and within an hour I had taken those contacts out. Now the combination of taking away the sentence, the independent clause from we returned, and turning it into returning to the optometrist's office and within an hour, and that comma right there tells me that this is not a good choice to make. It doesn't sound right. It's not punctuated correctly. I can eliminate A confidently. Our second option is to change capital optometrists to lowercase optometrists. And much like 12T, what the test writers are looking at here is, do you know how to work with an unfamiliar word when it's capitalized and apply some rules to it? So a couple of things that I can do. One, I know by rule that this is not a proper noun and it's not a proper adjective. It doesn't have a name that comes after it. So there's no reason for it to be capitalized. But what I want to do is substitute and see whether I would capitalize these substituted words. So I know an optometrist, from the context of the passage, is a type of doctor. I know that a girl is a type of person. So if I change optometrist to girl's office, would I capitalize girl? We returned to the girl's office and within an hour. No, I wouldn't capitalize girl in that case, so I shouldn't capitalize optometrist in this case. It's looking like this is going to be my answer. One other thing that I can do, though, and I mentioned this in an earlier question, is look for other examples of words that are doing basically the same thing and see if they're capitalized. And here in 26, I have optometrists, and just 2 lines above, I have doctors. And in sentence 24, doctors is not capitalized. And I remember from that question that dealt with sentence 24 that wasn't even an option on that one. So that tells me that something's going on with this capital letter that needs to be changed. So I can be pretty confident that B is my answer. But I do want to be able to eliminate C and D so that I can be 100% confident. C asks me to delete the comma. We returned to the optometrist's office, and within an hour I had taken those contacts out and put them back in 3 times. Now with this one, this phrase, and within an hour, is intended to throw you off from realizing that we have a subject and a verb. We have a subject and a verb, which means we have 2 clauses. And if we delete that comma, we would have a run-on sentence that is not properly punctuated. So I can't delete that comma, I need it. Option D, change an hour to a hour. This is another one that we can rely on, whether it sounds right, but there's also a rule that goes to it. So if I change this to a hour, what they're hoping that you're going to do is think to yourself, well, this is an H. H is a consonant, so you need the article A in front of it. But we don't choose articles, A or an, on the basis of the letter. We do it on the sound. And because that's a vowel sound, when you say hour, you have to have an hour. And it just, again, doesn't sound right if you say, and within a hour I had taken. So we know we can eliminate answer choice D, and be 100% confident that B is our answer.